What is that?
See, he doesn't even listen to our podcast. He would know what that sound was.
You would know if you listened to the podcast.
I like it.
To all of our podcast listeners, this is Johnny Infamous. He does the show immediately after us on Play 107, but he's also the hub DJ.
Not anymore.
No, all true. Playoffs are over.
Now his resume is just as lame as mine.
I have no purpose.
So you were the DJ for like 95% of the games in the hub.
79 out of 82 games exactly.
Wow. That's
Took
almost
3 days off.
Exactly 95%. I nailed it.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. How was it? Yeah.
Yo, in the hub,
Here
every
we go.
day, we come up the elevator and say, hey, we get a COVID test.
Yes.
And then we...
You got a COVID test every single day?
Every single day. First
Nose?
thing you do. Even days were nose, odd days were throat.
Okay, and
Ew.
on the leap year, it's rectal.
Yes.
What was the highlight for you?
The highlight was the NHL CCO, Steve Mayer. What's up, Steve? He's gone back to New York. He got me a verbal shout out. The last commercial.
Yeah, we heard
break
that.
I was watching.
on Sportsnet, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were part of a video that DJ Alizé, which 107 knows quite well.
Yeah.
He put together.
Yeah.
And that was all over. They peppered that all over the big screen.
We showed it to NHL Studios, and I just wanted like approval to share it myself.
Right.
And they're like, "Sure, we'll put it out tomorrow." And I'm like, "What does it mean?" And then nobody answers.
Just
the
all over
email.
the TV.
And then the next day it was on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I lost my mind. And
Amazing.
I'm living it still, glory days.
Okay, so as far as like, wow, I'm actually doing this. What moment was it? Was it when there was like 6 people in the arena and the Oilers were in playoffs and you wanted to cheer but you weren't allowed to?
Was it the nerves of being like, am I going to play the right songs for the right teams?
Or was it like you awarded the Stanley Cup 2 nights ago?
There were a few moments. The first one was Connor, his big goals
Yeah.
during the Chicago series, and hearing everyone from the NHL on comm, because we see Connor, we know Connor, we
Yeah.
see him every night. They're amazed.
Mm-hmm.
You work so much at the start that you kind of like take for granted what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely when the cup came out on the final night, a little bit of emotions.
Right.
Like seeing
For sure.
a few families that are here, hugging the players,
Yeah.
and just you get pent up, even though there's no one in there. And that was the other thing. You could hear them like, "Oh man, we did it!" You know, like you could hear them.
The players.
Yeah, whereas normally there'd just be music blaring and the
Right.
crowd going
Right.
crazy. You could hear them saying like, "We did it, man! Yeah."
So could you hear the chirps as well, like during the play?
You know how you have like the NBA highlight reels, all the mental stuff in the NBA that goes on?
Yeah.
And it's really like it's part of that game.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Became part of the 2020
Yeah.
NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. We would hear people in the corner. I remember I was telling you one time, I forget which series it was. Somebody was in the corner, a smaller guy, a Colorado player came to hit him. He ducked and dodged it. And then everyone on the bench was like, "Oh!" And then they went to the other corner and the Colorado player tried to hit him again. He dodged it again. And I just heard on the bench, "Can I swear?" And then you'll beep it.
Sure.
"Oh, he's a f***ing magician. You'll never get him." And then it's just little things like you hear that are hilarious. And that wasn't even mean. They're
Right.
just like, they're just ragging on each other.
Yeah.
But they're like also giving props to the other team. It
For
was
sure.
crazy. And yeah.
Well,
What
you
an
did a
experience.
smash-up job. Thank
Yeah.
you for waving the Play 107 flag down there. It's pretty dope to have you as the guy that played the music and set the tone for the entire NHL playoffs. So
It was incredible. Let's go. World Juniors next.
This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
apparently you have some rules about this new couch.
Yeah, so Ryder has had the same couch for I don't know how long, but it's one of those couches that looks okay. Like it's a good leather couch. It's in good condition. But for some reason, the middle part between the two seats, because it's a love seat, it just jabs into your butt.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
not
can't
comfortable.
No, you can't lay down on it. So I was like, I'll buy a new couch. Like, I have no problem doing that.
So for those that don't know, Lisa moved in the summer of 2017 with hopes to save enough money to buy a place by the fall of 2017.
Yeah, and then I was like, whoa, owning a house seems like a lot of work and money. I think I'll pass.
and I need the rent money. So we are just like cool with it.
Yeah, and Grant, who does the morning show on Cruise, also lives with us. We used to have a producer. He moved to BC since, but
Bit of a commune, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so I got a new couch, and I just wanted to let you know that there are a couple rules. Keep in mind, this is the first time I've owned anything that's larger than a chair, so I'm feeling very proud of myself.
Well, I had a bed in my living room since day one of owning that house, pretty much, that I loved very much. So did the dog. So did my daughter. So did any moviegoers that came over or friends that wanted to maybe hook up in the living room.
But it was covered in dog hair, beer stains, like it was broken. So it has to go.
So that's the first rule. Bed's gone, I guess.
Bed's gone. Bed is gone. I bet everyone's pumped. Rules. No snacking on the couch, no farting, no hogging longer than 30 minutes at a time, absolutely no jumping. If Gordy, your dog, wants your spot, you absolutely have to move for him, and no clipping your nails. I will keep a camera rolling at all times, and it goes directly to my phone, and I will lose it.
Well, what are you going to do if I fart on the couch?
Then you're not allowed to be on it for 3 days.
Okay, so half an hour?
You get a half an hour on the couch. And then it's mine after that.
What about, do you know how long a sports game is? That's where I watch hockey and baseball and basketball and golf.
PVR it. You can come back.
And then just watch half an hour at a time.
Yeah, I need to get on there and watch Schitt's Creek.
You and your couch can get the hell out. It's time for something to think about, tracking down hot takes on what's going on in the world right now.
Doug Murray tweeted saying, remember when we thought the thing that was going to blow our kids' minds was telling them that we used to have pennies?
And now this. All right. At Droid Bears tweets, antiquing sounds like a great way to bring home something that's haunted.
Honestly, I always think that. I'm like, I will never buy a picture of someone
All right.
from an antique store because they are staring through my soul. Robert Manchild wrote on the internet, I had to quit my job so I could read emails from my kids' schools full time.
Right. All right. A few about the debate. Ginny Hogan commented, debate starting at 9 p.m. Eastern like the candidates aren't in their 70s.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
Carolyn wrote, turns out 3 men talking over each other at the same time is my least favorite sound.
Rhea Butcher wrote, honestly, didn't think anything could get me excited to watch baseball, and then along came this debate.
And Nate wrote, good night, everyone. I am 700 years old now.
I saw a meme online that I wanted to read next. This is just about the current weather, really.
Okay, sure.
Welcome to Alberta. Winter's at 6 a.m., spring starts at around 10 a.m., summer's at 2 p.m., and autumn begins around 4:30. Dress accordingly. Mm-hmm. Valid.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift has that new song Cardigan, and I was like, yeah, I should definitely buy one. Like, obviously, they're going to be really big this season. You buy one, and then it ends up just around your waist.
Right.
Does that look cool, too?
Stretch out the arms real long. I got one more here from at JJ Summertime posted. Why does lip gloss last 43 minutes on my lips, but 17 years on my coffee mug?
107.
I love my story today. It's from Tennessee. There was a homeless woman who chose to hang out in a certain parking lot. Kroger grocery store. She lived in her car. So she had a little home, but she became a regular there and would always strike up conversations with all of the employees. And even when she couldn't afford to buy food, she'd go and hang out there. And at night, she would move her car to a new location, hoping that the staff wouldn't realize that she actually lived in her vehicle. They did find out eventually, and the store manager was like, well, why don't we get you a job here? Everybody that works here absolutely adores you. And she even helped her with her resume. And yeah, she's been working there for a while. And not only that, she has saved up enough money to buy a place, rent out a place. And her coworkers love her so much. They're like, we wish we had 120 of you. Like, she just has the best personality. And then they went on Facebook Marketplace and they got her all of the items that she needs for her house.
Awesome.
Right?
Tell me something good.
My story is about a junior high school student named Grayson who was sleeping and woke up to some smoke. He went and woke up his brother first, and made sure he got out of the house, his little brother. Then went back in to wake up his mom and made sure she got out. And then he went back in and got both of their family dogs and brought them out. And luckily for Grayson, I don't necessarily recommend this if there's a fire happening in your house.
Yeah.
Call the authorities, be very careful. But he managed to get everybody out. And yeah, like I said, I think he's 12 years old.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Tell me something good.
All right, picture this. You really want to impress someone that's coming over, whether it's a potential employer.
Maybe a date.
Yeah, or like a couple that you really get along with that you want to start being besties with. What snack are you rolling out?
Yeah.
780-784-7107.
I was making my dad's chili cheese dip. It was pretty much just Velveeta cheese, canned chili, and salsa.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
It was, an absolute bowel killer eventually the day after, but it was delicious the day of.
Do you ever feel guilty knowing you're sending your guests home with extreme explosive diarrhea?
Oh, God, no, because they're having a good time beforehand.
Right.
They live in the moment.
Lisa dishes up people really spicy buffalo chicken dip and makes them paralyzers. Can you imagine that on the stomach the next day?
Yeah.
That just sounds great right now, and it's only 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, if you're not bloated the next day, you didn't have a good time.
Exactly.
What would your go-to be? You got the buffalo chicken dip, right?
Yeah.
And that's it? That's your one and only?
Well, I can't cook. You know this.
Yeah, okay.
I think that you do a really good charcuterie board.
That's no.
Yeah.
That is not a compliment.
Why?
That's just putting things on a board. Thank you for telling me I'm good at cutting cheese and opening a jar of mustard.
Yeah, you'd be really good as an expo worker in a kitchen.
No, that's the guy that just fills the ramekins with ranch.
No, you make sure the plates look pretty before they're sent out onto the tables in the restaurant.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
No.
Keep up the great work. All right, Matt wrote in saying, bacon wrapped pickles, they have to be baby dill. If I went to your house, Matt, and you were trying to impress me, and you just put a plate of bacon-wrapped pickles on the table, I would leave.
No, what? Those sound great. Are
they warmed?
We
Is the
disagree
pickle
on
warm?
everything. Yeah. Well, you've had deep-fried pickles, right?
No, I don't like them. They squirt, and it burns when they squirt. Or sometimes you'll bite into it, and you're like, the middle's cold. I have this thing against deep-fried pickles. It's just yeah, not the best. Rebecca wrote in saying hash brown casserole devoured every single time.
Especially if there's booze involved. You need some of those starchy tummy fillers, right?
Well, exactly. Homemade Eat More bars, says Aaron. Everybody always talks about these homemade Eat More bars.
Makes me want to eat more.
Me too.
Okay, so I do a wicked spinach and artichoke dip.
And do you do that from scratch?
Yeah.
Is the only way to get artichokes out of a jar?
I mean, you can buy them fresh, but frankly, because of the fact that you need it to be soft in the end anyway, it is a lot easier to get the jarred ones because they're already starting off soft.
Okay, because I don't think I've ever seen fresh artichoke personally.
No, I watched Martha Stewart make artichoke dip right from the artichoke, and I was like, this is a 45-minute video. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I mean, if you get them out of the can, it's more like the texture of an onion. It's not really hard, but it's not super flimsy either.
Jamie, and is it a hit every time you lay it out?
Every time they're like, ooh, you put in a lot more effort than us.
I love the sound.
People, the only thing I don't like about taking dips if I'm going to a party is I always forget my dish.
See, but I always say, keep the dish. You can bring me something back next time.
Oh, smart move.
Wow, you are good at this.
Well, we did that at a friend's place pre-COVID, and I said, you're such a good cook to your friend Sam.
Yeah.
I was like, you keep the slow cooker, and we'll host, and I always have parties at the house. Then COVID hit, and now I just lost a slow cooker.
That's why I never give up my slow cooker. It goes in the casserole dish.
Yeah.
I can survive without.
Good call.
Play 107.
I came across something kind of cool. Taylor Swift heard a mashup that a guy named Youngblood did. It's her song Cardigan mashed with Avril Lavigne's I'm With You. And
I've been seeing this on TikTok. People are putting two songs together that you'd never expect to sound good. and it's amazing.
I remember the first time I heard something like that would have been about grade 10, 11, and somebody did My Name Is by Eminem mixed with Hell's Bells or something from AC/DC, and it was mind-blowing that it could be done. But Taylor Swift, big fan of this mashup. So she even went on Twitter and said, like, bravo. I love that you intertwined Cardigan with Avril's masterpiece, I'm With You. So you want to hear some of this?
Yes.
It's really good.
Why is everything so confusing? Am I out of my mind? Yeah, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestone.
Okay, like release that.
I like his voice.
Yeah, super good. Eh? I even have like goosebumps. I'm With You by Avril.
It's
super underrated song.
so underrated. Like when that music video came out and she was crying in her trench coat, walking over a bridge in the rain. I got a trench coat and I waited until it rained and I
cried
walked
a
over
lot.
a bridge and cried.
You know what else is underrated?
What?
Wearing neckties with t-shirts. You have a bit of a challenge for me.
Try Nelly Furtado, Turn Off the Lights.
Okay.
And then Enrique Iglesias, Don't Turn Off the Lights.
Oh, snap!
Okay, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah, Chris.
Chris, I'm just going to go jump behind the turntables here. I'm also going to add a little splash that you didn't even request.
Ooh.
Some Kanye West into this. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just get on this mic. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
They call me DJ Cuddles. This is my lights mashup.
Oh, no. Oh.
What?
There was one part that was really, really good.
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, what's going on?
So just off air now, I was like, I can't find my stand-up set that I printed out, which is 5 minutes of stand-up. And I was like, what if someone finds it? Ryder's like, well, doesn't matter. They probably won't laugh. So I'm going to put Ryder to the test. I have 5 words. And Ryder, you have, how long do you think you should get? 3 seconds to think of a song?
I think 5 seconds is fair.
Fine. I'm going to say a word. You have 5 seconds to start singing a song that has that word in it. 5 words.
Mm-hmm.
Hit up the text line right now. 780-784-7107. How many out of 5?
This is a game Elle Magazine has been playing with some celebrities, but
Yeah.
I think I can do better.
Yeah.
Okay.
First word.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Oh, God.
You're
Kate.
beautiful. You're beautiful.
James Blunt.
Got it. 1 for 1.
We really should have warmed up your vocals before this.
I've been talking all morning.
Can you move back from the mic at least like a little bit when you sing?
Really?
Just a little bit.
I can just turn my mic down, I guess.
Next word, party. You're out of time. Come on, party in the USA?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of it.
Get the party started?
Yeah, I know. There's lots
Party
of
rock
them.
anthem?
Oh, my God.
Third word, pumpkin.
Peter Pumpkinhead, rain to there. Crash Test Dummy?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right.
2 out of 3.
Not bad. Fourth word, candy.
Take you to the candy shop.
Ooh, there we go. I thought for sure you were going to go with Sex and Candy.
No.
Was it Macy's Playground? Marcy's Playground.
Should I back that ish up or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, go to the next level. Dance floor, jam-packed, hot as a tea kettle. I'll break it down for you now, baby. It's simple. If you be a nympho, I'll be a nympho.
All right.
Okay.
Last word. Good luck.
3 for 4.
Moon.
Bad Moon Rising, but I can't think of the tune.
Go with a different song. 3.
Moon Man. He's a moon man, baby.
You're just making that song up.
Moon.
It's tough.
Yeah. 3 out of 5 ain't
That's not bad.
On Play 107.
It seems to me like you're leaning more and more to becoming a vegetarian, Lisa.
Yeah, and I was listening to your daughter talking last night about how her cousin is a vegetarian.
Or a vegan.
Vegan. Doesn't even eat eggs, cheese, nothing. So yeah, how does that feel knowing that there are people around you that are
Starting to
be
that way?
inspired?
Yeah, I mean, as the cook, can I just give up the role of the cook if that's the case? I'll just make dinner for me, more leftovers, no problem, and you fend for yourself.
Jen wrote in saying, I'm a vegan, but my whole family are meatitarians. It was my choice, and I don't pressure my family into becoming vegan. I think that's great. And then she says, I discuss the health benefits, though, with them instead of bashing their eating habits. There
Fair
you go.
enough.
I like that.
Your daughter, Cassandra, is a vegetarian. How's that?
Oh, God. It's so brutal at first, honestly.
Okay.
But if I'm making tacos, well, there's vegetarian meat, right? So you can make everything separately.
Right.
If you're making a stir fry, just don't put your meat in until the end and keep a separate dish for them. It sucks. I'm still struggling after 5 years, but I don't know. It's pretty basic.
Right.
There's so many different options out there. You just have to think outside the box a little bit. And
It would feel like it's double the cleanup.
it's not really, because you just have to add one extra pot, right?
Right.
So it's not too terribly bad.
Your 14-year-old daughter has been a vegetarian for 5 years, so she was 9. What made her decide to go vegetarian if all of you eat meat?
My son showed her a very disturbing video of an animal being slaughtered.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah, that'll
So
do
it
it.
mortified her, yeah. She was never a big meat eater to begin with.
Right.
So it was kind of always a fight, so it's just a little bit easier now.
I have parental settings on my computer for my daughter, and they're just those videos, so that doesn't happen to me.
Hey.
I'll let her watch swearing. That's fine.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.